In this video, traders, we're going to ask the question, does every good trader have to blow up at least once? What do you learn when you do, but how can you avoid it if you haven't yet? Stay tuned. Hey guys, a warm welcome to you. All right, so when you read about very successful traders or you hear about traders, every trader talks about a blow up, or it seems that every trader talks about a blow up of some sort. Now, blow up to me doesn't necessarily mean kind of blowing up every single penny you've got and going bankrupt. A blow up really to me is kind of making an account go down to 10% of what it was. That's pretty much a blow up. You start with 10 grand and goes down below a grand, then that's almost a blow up. You know, the last grand doesn't really matter. It might be going to zero, but it's wiping out a trading account. And so all traders talk about this. I've shared about times when I started out trading, I literally probably rinsed through my first deposit in a record time. I might even have a world record for how much money one can lose in a trading account when you first open it. Probably not, but you get the point. It feels like that. And then when the next top to money up, it wasn't much better. And at that point you go, ooh, and we're not talking, millions, we're not talking millions of pounds here, guys, or hundreds of thousands even, but it's all talking money that when you're 21 years old, it's a meaningful amount of money, right? You don't want to lose money. So whatever age you are, whatever experience level you are, you're putting money into the account, and generally the correlation goes with the amount you put in, generally speaking, not always. So the less amount of money you put in, the more likely you are to blow up, because it becomes not as meaningful to you. So you put a grand in, you're not that bothered about it. It might mean, you might want to lose a grand, but it's not the same as if you put 100 grand into your account. And often, not always the case, but often someone putting that amount of money in is taking much more care and a much more measured approach to the way they trade. So there's that correlation there. Not always the case, okay, I appreciate that, but that's often the case. Some people just have a go with a grand and just see if they can make any money and blow up. So assuming you're not in that category and you're kind of wanting, regardless of how much you're putting in, a grand could be what you're starting off with, and that's fine. I'm a big advocate of, even if you've got £250,000 sitting there to risk, do not risk it. Just start off small, because the market will just take whatever level you want to play at. Look at some of the hedge fund managers. They're playing in billions levels, and the market will take whatever size you want to play at. We're not talking it's a stake capped game here. So the point is, going back to the point, is that okay, if you're treating it sensibly, why do all traders blow up? What do you learn from it, and do you need to have it done? Does it need to happen? No, I don't think it has to happen, but ultimately, what it normally is accumulation of bad decisions. And it's almost like anything in life, guys, and I kind of like to talk about this quite a lot, is that, there's analogies with trading with everything. It's the sum of your bad decisions that causes a blow up. It's not necessarily one trade, and yes, it might be one trade that breaks the straw that breaks the camel's back, so to speak, but it's your decisions on how to manage risk and manage that capital, whether it is a grand or whether it is a million. It's irrelevant. It's your decision-making process. So you blow up because you're taking you're taking too much size, you're holding trades for too long, you're not stopping trading after a certain number of losers, you're adding to trades, you're doing all the things, and you get away with it a few times. Your account halves and it doubles and it halves and it triples, and then all of a sudden it doesn't go your way and you end up blowing up. And you could say the analogy, going back to what I mentioned literally 60 seconds ago, analogy in life is that you don't get to 20 stone in one night. You get to 20 stone by accumulation of bad decisions, of eating the bad types of food, of eating when you shouldn't be eating, of overeating, of under-exercising, all this kind of stuff. Everything in life is accumulation of decisions you're making. Let's not go kind of over complicated by that, but from a trading perspective, that's how a blow up tends to happen. It's accumulation of poor decisions that eventually blows up. So you don't need to do it. And what it eventually does is it wakes you up. Okay, just like the unhealthy person who's eating bad, not doing the right things, just living really unhealthy, all of a sudden they have a health shock, they have a heart attack, they'll have a stroke, they'll have something, and that snaps them out of it and go, whoa, okay, right, I need to stop smoking, I need to stop drinking, cut down fatty foods, do some exercise. Anyway, just like a blowing up account does, because you don't notice it when it's going lower and lower, you don't like it, just like the guy doesn't like being unhealthy, doesn't like getting fatter, but you don't like it, but then all of a sudden something causes the blow up and you're forced to face the reality that what you're doing isn't working. What you're doing isn't working. If you continue doing it and you put more money in, it's going to get worse for you. And so the blow up really is something that makes you go bang. It makes you, forces your face to look at the harsh reality of your poor trading decisions. Now listen, we're not saying that everyone's going to make money and be profitable trader from day one. That's never the case, but you can definitely avoid a blow up. Position sizing, keeping the position sizes low. If you're always reducing position sizes and risk on per trade to a percentage of your account, you'll never blow up theoretically. It'll take you ages if you're risking 2% or whatever number it may be, because as your capital decreases, you're risking less and less and less, and you're in the game for longer. So you're never really theoretically going to blow up. Yes, of course you could, but the point is you're going to get infinitely more occurrences and decisions and learning than you are by blowing up. So blowing up, what does it teach you? It forces you to look at the things that have caused you to blow up. Many people don't take it as a great thing and they just carry on, they stick more money in and off they go again, just like the guy or girl who has a heart attack, recovers, then goes on and carries on eating and being unhealthy and smoking and drinking and overindulging in all the stuff that caused that. Same thing with trading. So the thing is to learn from it and learn from the blow up before it happens by analyzing what you're doing and not burying your head in the sand. That's the key, guys. That's the big thing, is that when you're trading poorly, you need to assess it and review it and adjust it. If you don't do that, then that's when you'll blow up. And that's why many beginners blow up. That's why many beginners wipe out accounts, because they don't look at it. They just keep firing away, and they've got no ammunition left, and the ammunition being their trading capital. So that's why a lot of traders do blow up in the beginning, because they're forcing things. They're not assessing the decision-making process. They're not assessing the decisions, the poor decisions of their trading soon enough and before it's too late, and it just forces them to, because they have no capital. They learn from it. They have to go back and say, well, what actually caused that? And then some people top up a few times before they finally go, right, I need to actually learn and work out what I'm doing wrong here. So, and it's the forced element of making a decision. So to avoid it, you don't have to wait for your hand to be forced to look at what you're doing. Take a conscious effort to look at it yourself. Say, hey, I've drawn down 25% from the high of my account, 10% from the high, 50%, whatever that may be. Stop, reassess, reevaluate. And that is you forcing yourself rather than waiting for the brokerage account or for the market to force you. There's a distinct difference. Take control of it rather than letting it control you. And then you won't have to blow up. You won't have to go through a negative experience. You'll be able to learn from your mistakes without costing you so much money. All right, guys, take care. Keep the risk manager, whatever you do. Keep an eye on that position sizing. Be selective with your trades, all those other good things, and take your time, because you have got the time then if the position size is small enough and you're there and you're learning for each trade. If you're swinging for the fences on each trade, you're not going to give yourself the opportunity. You get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 trades, you're out of the game. You're going to be in there for 500 trades, and then you're going to learn and you're going to improve and things will get better. All right, guys, take care. See you next one. Bye-bye.